The military diet is a fad diet that isn't linked to the military, but is widely promoted on social media as a way to lose weight rapidly, up to 10 pounds in a week. It claims to kickstart your metabolism by promoting 3 days of calorie restriction, following a predefined, low-calorie meal, followed by a time of unlimited eating, all without the use of supplements or the payment of any fees or subscriptions. While the diet may result in quick, short-term weight loss, it is extremely restricted, and the benefits are unlikely to last. Furthermore, because of their restricted nature, crash diets like this one may have an impact on your relationship with food. This article covers all you need to know about the military diet, including a meal plan, potential hazards, and if it's a good way to lose weight. What is the military's dietary regimen? The military diet, also known as the 3-day diet, is a quick weight loss program that claims to help you lose up to 10 pounds in a week. The diet consists of a 3-day calorie-restricted food plan, followed by 4 days of relaxation. Dieters are instructed to repeat the weekly cycle for up to 1 month or until they attain their target weight. The military diet is a type of intermittent fasting since it involves calorie restriction on and off. Intermittent fasting diets alternate between periods of limited calorie consumption and times of unrestricted calorie intake. Nonetheless, while you are allegedly free to eat anything you want on your days off, the program encourages people to stick to a less restrictive but defined meal plan to continue losing weight. Summary: the military diet is a calorie-restricted weight loss plan that claims to help you lose weight quickly. What is the military diet like? The 7-day military diet is divided into 2 stages. For the first 3 days, the program gives a defined food plan for breakfast, lunch, and supper, with no snacks in between. The total daily calorie intake during this period is around 1,100 to 1,400 calories, making it a low-calorie diet, defined as a dietary pattern that delivers 800 to 1,200 calories per day. Importantly, this calorie limitation is far below the recommended calorie intake for adults in the 2020 to 2025 United States Dietary Guidelines, which starts with a minimum of 2,200 to 2,400 for males and 1,600 to 1,800 for women between the ages of 18 to 60. You should not attempt the kind of calorie restriction required by the military diet without the advice or supervision of a medical practitioner to guarantee your safety and proper nutritional intake. The military diet merely urges people to eat a well-balanced meal on the remaining 4 days of the week. However, as previously indicated, it does provide a 1,500 calorie meal plan for people who want to lose weight for the rest of the week. Summary: the military diet has a defined food plan for the first 3 days and involves severe calorie restriction. The latter 4 days have fewer limitations. Meal plan for the military diet. Here's a quick rundown of how a week on this diet goes. Meal plan for 3 days. The military diet's 3-day meal plan consists of a small number of items, 16 in all, that are distributed between breakfast, lunch, and supper. Examples of breakfast foods include toast or saltine crackers, peanut butter, grapefruit, apples or bananas, hard-boiled eggs or cheddar cheese. Examples of lunch options include toast or saltine crackers, canned tuna, hard-boiled eggs, or cottage cheese. Examples of dinner options include any type of meat, hot dogs without a bun, or canned tuna, green beans, carrots or broccoli, apples or bananas, vanilla-flavored ice cream. As you can see, the first 3 days of the diet are lacking in diversity. Furthermore, the daily recommended quantities of these 16 items gradually decrease. On the first day, you consume around 1,400 calories and on the last day, approximately 1,100 calories. The diet recommends water or herbal teas as permissible beverages. The menu does, however, allow caffeinated coffee or tea twice a day, with the caveat that creamers and sweeteners should be avoided. The final 4 days. Apart from keeping a healthy eating pattern, there are no rules for the remaining 4 days of the diet. A 1,500 calorie option is available for people who want to lose even more weight quickly. Snacks, for example, are allowed on certain days, but portion sizes should be kept to a minimum. Remember that 1,500 calories per day are still a calorie limitation that may not meet everyone's energy requirements. This is especially true if you live an active lifestyle, since increased energy expenditure equates to higher calorie requirements. Summary: the diet has a specific cuisine for the first 3 days, but the last 4 days are less restrictive. For the following 4 days, you're still recommended to eat healthily or stick to the diet's low-calorie menu. Foods that are approved and banned. The military diet enables substitutes throughout the 3-day period for persons with dietary limitations, as long as quantities meet the calorie count. Aside from substituting goods that may cause allergic responses, such as peanut butter, substitutes include gluten-free, lactose-free, vegetarian, or vegan options. However, the diet advises against swapping orange for grapefruit. Instead, it recommends drinking a glass of water with 1 to 2 teaspoons of baking soda, which is said to help alkalinize your body and burn fat. While some meals raise your body's acid load, research suggests that your kidneys can eliminate the extra acid through urine. As a result, your dietary choices have minimal impact on the acidity or alkalinity of your body. Furthermore, animal-based protein sources, such as those included in the diet, tend to raise your body's acidic load, making this advice somewhat paradoxical. Furthermore, there is no proof that baking soda may help you lose weight. Finally, to minimize weight gain, supporters of the military diet advise avoiding artificially sweetened liquids. However, the research on the impact of these drinks on body weight is conflicting. Summary: multiple food alternatives are available in the military diet to accommodate varied dietary requirements. However, there is no proof that grapefruit should be used instead of baking soda. Is the military diet scientifically sound? There is no research on the military diet at this time. Nonetheless, to lose weight, a calorie deficit is usually necessary. Other variables that may impact weight reduction, including therapy for concomitant health issues and whether you take certain medications, might make weight loss more difficult for certain people. However, these aspects are not taken into account in this diet. While some study emphasizes the necessity of a calorie deficit above diet quality and vice versa, research suggests that weight reduction success requires a combination of the two. As a result, it's best to stick to a balanced diet that promotes gradual weight reduction without imposing extreme limits. The military diet and many other fad diets advocate the exact opposite. Weight reduction can be done over time by progressively reducing calorie intake and increasing physical activity while maintaining optimal nutritional intake. In reality, studies show that moderate and continuous calorie restriction is just as efficient for weight reduction as intermittent severe energy limitations like 3 days on and 4 days off, implying that you don't need to starve yourself to lose weight. Furthermore, no particular eating pattern is better than the others or suitable for everyone. In reality, effective weight loss solutions should be customized to each individual's requirements. However, the military diet falls short of this by attempting to give a one-size-fits-all eating plan. Furthermore, proponents of the military diet say that the meal plan's unique food combinations boost metabolism and burn fat. However, these assertions are false. The advised caffeine intake from coffee and tea, which has been shown to enhance body weight and fat reduction, is one aspect of this diet that may boost your metabolism. Summary: an extremely low-calorie military diet can aid weight loss. However, the weight reduction is unlikely to be sustained, and you may be deficient in nutrients. Evidence shows that weight loss is more successful with well-balanced meals without harsh limitations. Is the military diet healthy in long term? The nutrition of the military is imbalanced. Repetition of the cycle may result in health problems, such as vitamin shortages. Furthermore, evidence shows that drastic calorie reductions, even for a short time, as in the military diet, might generate or aggravate problematic eating behaviors, bad food connections, or disordered eating. Furthermore, consuming processed foods such as hot dogs, crackers, and ice cream on a frequent basis may induce metabolic problems, raising your risk of chronic disease. Instead, a healthy diet should consist mostly of whole, minimally processed foods. This diet may be somewhat easy for some to follow in terms of durability, as it just needs you to stick to it for a short period of time, yet hunger is usually noted owing to the low-calorie intake. Despite this, the military diet does not encourage long-term behavioral changes. That implies that whatever weight you lose will be rapidly recovered as you resume your normal eating habits. Setting realistic weight reduction goals and focusing on lifestyle changes rather than fad diets has been shown to be critical for effective weight loss, weight maintenance, and weight return prevention. Summary: following the military diet might put your health at risk. It's also not long-term sustainable, and the lack of significant lifestyle adjustments means you'll most likely regain the weight you lost once you resume your usual eating routine. Is it possible to drop 10 pounds in a week? The military diet gained popularity because supporters believe it may help you lose 10 pounds in only 1 week. However, because everyone is different, the diet will have a distinct effect on each person. Furthermore, the majority of the weight reduction you experience will be related to water loss. This is because calorie restriction causes the body's glycogen reserves its energy reserve to deplete. Because 3 grams of water are stored for every gram of glycogen saved, fluid builds quickly when you consume enough calories. As a result, as your glycogen stores diminish, so does the associated stored water. As a result of this change in water balance, weight loss occurs. You might quickly recover any weight you lost if you return to your regular eating routine and your glycogen levels are filled. If you want to lose weight, keep in mind that there are 2 stages to weight management: losing weight and keeping it off. To guarantee fat loss rather than fluid or muscle loss, best practices recommend aiming for a maximum weight reduction rate of 1 to 2 pounds weekly. According to research, an appropriate diet is one that is safe, nutritious, nutritionally adequate, and long-term maintainable. Reduce your diet of added sugars and highly processed meals, while increasing your intake of fruits, vegetables, and whole grain products to achieve this. Summary: while the military diet can help you lose 10 pounds in a week, it is not for everyone. Plus, most of this will be water weight rather than fat, which you will regain once you resume your usual eating habits. In conclusion, the military diet is an imbalanced and dangerous way to lose weight quickly. However, because the majority of the weight you lose will be water weight, you'll rapidly gain it back once you resume your normal eating habits. If you want long-term results, stick to smart and sustainable dietary modifications rather than fad diets like the military diet, which can be harmful to your health.